7 Little Johnston star Liz Johnston shares the mean mom way she protects her daughter. You would think there would be a progression of people knowing their limits and boundaries when it comes to touching your child. It's nuts. As a little person with an average-sized 1-year-old, reality star Liz Johnstone, 23, understands that she'll attract a few curious glances in public. And she says she isn't afraid to switch into mean mom mode when strangers get too close. Johnston says, "If there's anything that my parents have etched in me, it's keeping your child safe, keeping your family safe. So that's what I do," Johnston tells Johnstone, who appears on 7 Little Johnston's reality show as a member of the largest known family of little people in the world, has achondroplasia, a common form of dwarfism. Johnston notes that her mother had the same issues with curiosity seekers getting too close when she started having children 23 years ago. Her boyfriend, her daughter's father, Bryce Bolden, does not. You would think there would be a progression of people knowing their limits and boundaries when it comes to touching your child, she says. It's nuts. In this season of the show, Johnston brings daughter Layton Drew Bolden from the labor and delivery ward straight to her parents' house, where she has a handful of emotional support and willing babysitters. Parents, whose chosen grandparent names are Lolly and Bappa, may have some surface complaints, but they seem over the moon to have their granddaughter so close at hand. Johnston wasn't afraid to share her postpartum experience on screen because she doesn't watch her own show. "We've kind of learned from way earlier on, like probably after the 3rd season, that it's best if we don't watch the show," Johnston laughs. "Whatever people say to us, we'll just act like we watch it, but sometimes we have no idea what they're talking about because when we film, we really just want to keep it genuine." Genuine is the perfect way to describe Johnstone, who showed up to the video interview wearing a sweatshirt and ponytail, looking as comfortable and unflappable as she did in those first newborn days. On the show, Bolden looked nervous to hold and soothe their daughter in those early newborn days, but Johnston appeared confident and in command. "My parents were great role models, and they kept reminding me that it will pass, not every day is going to be like this," Johnston explains. Johnston has tried to keep their advice in mind since becoming a mother. She says she gets her stoicness from her mom. "I really just expect the unexpected and know it's better to just be calm, cool and collected than just very on edge and antsy," she says. Layton's sick spell. Johnston's calm was tested when Layton suffered through a sick spell that resulted in her having a procedure. Since the episode appears on the show this season, she doesn't give too much away. Though Johnston works in the medical field, she says the illness was an eye-opener, adding, "It was a hard thing to sit back and watch. Today, Layton's health is fabulous. Other than that rough patch, Layton is doing well, and the experience has made Johnston more empathetic to young patients and their families that she sees at work. Watching another human being touch your baby, and sometimes have to hold down your baby to get the exam done, it's hard," she says. Adding another not-so-little Johnston Layton was born almost 18 months ago, and so far, she has only ever been taken care of by her family members. Between Johnston's family and Bolden's family, his parents live just 3 houses up the street. There are plenty of babysitters on hand, including Johnston's teenage sister Emma. Because she has a light course load in her senior year of high school, Emma fills her free time by hanging with her niece. Emma cannot go half a day without not seeing Layton. "She is her princess," Johnston says, also noting that she can see a lot of growth in her sister because of the additional responsibility. Layton has been reading books, saying short words and taking small steps. "We really think maybe by the end of February, we will be having a little girl running around," says Johnstone. Because her parents' kitchen island is lower to the ground, the top edge is about the same height as Layton when she stands straight up. Ever the diligent mom, Johnston says, "We're going to bubble wrap all the corners." Growing up kind when looking to the future. Johnston wants to raise Layton the same way her parents raised her, by making sure she demonstrates respect for everyone around her. Since her daddy is average size and her mom's little, she'll learn everybody's different, Johnston says. She'll see my whole side of the family. I have a mix of little and tall. She'll see Bryce's side of the family, who's all tall. And she'll understand just to be kind to everybody. Johnston appreciates that her family circumstances will help her daughter have empathy for others. We already have to face with our physical disability, that people are automatically just going to judge us by the way we look. But if you show them the amount of respect that you give yourself, you should expect the same, Johnston says. Ultimately, it's just being kind to people.